ever television interview was conducted just a few weeks ago by Dante Benuto for Music Box. Dante talked to Phil about his attempts to get a new career and a new band underway after the demise of Thin Lizzy.
When Thin Lizzy finally split up, you put together a band called Grand Slam, who toured quite a bit, and I did some demos, I would imagine, but never signed a major record deal. And yet now you've gone solo from Grand Slam and the band don't exist. You've signed with Polydor. Why couldn't Grand Slam get a recording contract?
I don't know. I mean, Grand Slam couldn't get a deal at all. And then a couple of the lads got bored and, you know, they left, so I was forced to go solo. The minute I went solo, people started offering me deals. I got a deal with Polydor. I got, you know, Gary asked me to do some stuff with him. I was working with Paul Hardcastle. Been writing some stuff with Rick Parfitt from Status Quo. You know, and all these things started happening to me since I went solo. But I think maybe Grand Slam suffered the backlash from the Thin Lizzy support, because obviously a band that potentially could be good compared to, you know, a band that had been around like 12 years with a string of hits, you know, and doing completely opposite venues, because Lizzy were playing major venues and Grand Slam were doing sort of smaller venues. I just don't think Grand Slam won in the comparison, so...
Also, you had the same formation as Thin Lizzy with two guitar players and yourselves doing bass and vocals. Do you think maybe people couldn't accept seeing you outside of Thin Lizzy because they'd become such an institution?
I don't know. You know, like, this is all supposition. You know, all I'm saying is that Grand Slam couldn't get a deal, you know, when the band, maybe we were bad, you know, maybe people just genuinely didn't like it, but I mean, I was giving it 100%, and then when it fell through, like, things started to happen, and I landed on my feet. And,
well, the material sounds good, because Military Man was from Grand Slam, and so was 19, I understand, was another Grand Slam song. Yeah. So obviously the songs are quite strong.
Yeah, which I wrote, you know, but there you go. I mean, we were trying, and we just didn't get a deal.
Do you think...
Now I have. Buy my record.
Do you think we'll ever see Thin Lizzy back on a stage again, or is that now something completely in your past?
There was something in the paper, in the Daily Mirror yesterday, I think, saying that Thin Lizzy were going to get back together again. And there was a quote from the management saying that we might get together to do a charity thing. We all keep in close communication. I mean, I was working with Scott recently, and Brian Downey is going to play. See, I'm going to get a band together for March and tour with me, the album. I have another single coming out in January. I'm doing another single with Gary Moore in January. Right. So I'm going to get a band together, and Brian Downey has said he'll work in it.
Oh, he's definitely going to be the drummer then?
Yeah, so he said he will. So.
And will this be a band featuring two guitarists again? That was kind of the Lizzy trademark, the two guitarists.
I may go for the two guitar thing. I don't know. At the moment, I'm just in the process of working it out, you know, like I'm checking out guitar players and keyboard players, and I really, what I want to do is finish the album. When I get the album finished, then I'll know what I need in the band to promote the album.
Right. And
so, really, but as far as Lizzy's getting back together again, I mean, we haven't thought about getting back together again. No. I'd like to establish, like, a solo career first before, you know, I'd start to live off past glories, you know.
You say you're putting together a band at the moment. Will that be called the Phil Lynott Band, or will there be another name for it?
I don't know, because, I mean, the album's going to be a Philip Lynott solo album. Once I get, you know, minor details like what it's going to be called, it doesn't matter to me, you know. Like, I mean, it probably will be Philip Lynott, and, you know, I mean, it depends, really. When I'm in a band situation, regardless of who's up front, or I like it to work, I like it to be give and take from all the musicians in the band. I don't like a dogmatic structure where I go, you play this and play the same thing every night. I like people to give input, because the bass is part of the rhythm section, so it plays behind the voice or the lead guitar. So as a bass player, I like to play with the musicians, and obviously as a singer, you know, front it, you know. So when I do get a band together, I'll be working on that basis, but probably it will be Philip Lynott and
whoever.
Mr. X, you know, whatever, yeah.
Is the album...
Thin Lizzy. Joke.
Is the album going to feature a stable set of people on each song, or will there be special guest appearances from different people?
I'd like to take advantage of the fact that, you know, I'm solo and free to work with whoever I want, so I'll try and get special guests, so like John Sykes or Brian Downey and Gary and, you know, just various different people. I'll try and get people that suit the particular songs that are going to be on the album.
And what sort of material will that be? Will it be very varied, or will it be more aggressive?
Well, I like, with the album, the producers that I'm going to use on the album, I'd like to go over the material with each individual producer. For example, they have Tom Dowd, who does like Phil Collins and Eric Clapton, and he did Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet, yeah.
He's been around ages. Now, he likes certain songs that I've written, because of, you know, it's 2 years since Lizzie broke up, I do have a lot of songs written. So I'll go with the songs he likes, if I like them, and get them ones produced. And the same, say I got Peter Collins to finish off the rest of the production off, I'll go with that. But in general, it should be more balanced than, say, my other solo albums, because when I had the other solo albums, I was in Thin Lizzy, and Thin Lizzy took all the heavy stuff, and I got all the fish that John West rejected. And so my solo albums were much softer than I was, whereas this time there should be a better balance. There should be more upfront hard stuff and a couple of ballads maybe thrown in.
I understand you've done some writing with Huey Lewis. Will any of that appear on the album?
I've done some recording with Huey Lewis. We didn't write anything together. He was producing some stuff. He took me out to San Francisco. He wanted me to try one of his songs, and he liked one of the songs I'd written, so we got together and did that. And everybody seems to like it, so that may end up on the album. I'm not really sure at the moment. What I really want to do is get in and have it on tape, and then pick the best from what I've done.
That LP was never finished due to Lynott's death, which may be attributed to his addiction problems. He attended a drug rehabilitation centre in 1982 for treatment, but was arrested